Hello class, welcome to Ms. Fisher's third grade math class. Today we will be learning about rounding numbers. We round numbers all the time. For example, if your parents ask you about how many students you have in your classroom, you might say 20, even though you might have 19 or 21 students. Rounding is making the number simpler but keeping its value close to what it is. In doing that, you are figuring out which 10 or 100 is closer to the number. Okay? So let's go over the steps for rounding. Number 1, you underline the place being rounded. 2, you look at the number to the right. 3, you look and see if it's 5 or higher. If it is, you raise the underlined number. 4, the fourth step is if it's 4 or lower, keep the underlined number the same. And 5, change all the numbers to the right of the underlined number to 0. Okay? So let's look at number 23. Okay? I have 23 right here on the number line. And for step 1, we would underline the place being rounded, which is to 2, okay? And then you look at the number to the right. Is that number 5 or higher or 4 or lower?
4 lower.
Okay, so we would mark it out and put a 0, and the 2 would stay the same, okay? So we have 23 rounds to 20 because it is 3 numbers away from 20, okay? Now let's go on to 56. 56 is right here on the number line. Okay. Now, let's look at 56 and underline the place value. Okay, is 6 5 or higher or 4 lower?
5 and higher.
Okay. So we would do what?
Mark it out and put a 60.
Okay. And you would make the 5 go up to a 6, so that'd be 60. So 56 rounds to 60 because it is 4 numbers away from 60. Okay? Now, let's move on to 100s. Okay? We have the number 443. Okay. Alright, so we have 443. So we would underline the 4, okay? So with that, mark your place, look next door, 5 or greater, add more. So is that 5 or greater? Okay, so the number in the front stays the same. Okay, and the number in the back becomes a 0. Okay, so that would make it what?
400.
Okay, so 443 rounds to 400 because 43 is less than 50, right? Okay, and let's go into this one. 853. Okay, so we need to underline what place?
5 and 3.
Okay, so we underline the 5 and we look next door, which is a 3, right?
So you mark 3 out and put a 0 over the 3, and you mark the 5 out, put a 0 over the, no, you put the 6 over the 5.
Oh, I did this wrong. No, I did it right. Okay, so it'd be with that would be, okay, 853 would become
900?
okay, because 53 is,
No, it's more than 50.
okay. So, alright, so the 5 would make that go up to what, a 9?
9
And then everything follows would become,
a 0.
okay, you have 900. Okay, now let's go over your worksheet. Okay? Now, the instructions say, fill in the number marked by the arrow, draw an arrow to show where the 10 is. Remember, if the number is in the middle, it will round up to the next 10. Okay? So let's go over number 1. It says it has a number line, and where's the arrow pointing?
23.
On this one? On the first one right here?
Oh, I thought you were talking
Right here. The first
about
is
62.
62. Okay, so would 62 round up to 70 or would it round down to 60?
Where's that 60?
Okay, let's look at the next one. 67. Would 67 round up to 70 or would it round down to 60?
70.
Okay, and number 1. Let's do, what is that number?
23.
23. So would that round down or round up?
Now,
Why would it round down?
because it's less than 5.
Okay, let's go number 2. What is that one?
That's 41.
Okay, so would that round down or round up?
Down.
Okay, why would it do that?
Because it's less than 5.
Okay, let's move over to the next section right here for the 100s.
That would be 201.
Okay,
So
well, it says fill in the number line marked by the arrow. Draw an arrow to show where the nearest 100 is. Remember, if the number is in the middle, it rounds up to the next 100. Okay, so what is that number?
201.
No, it'd be 210.
Oh yeah, 210.
210. So would that round up to 300 or would it round down to 200?
Down.
Okay, what about this one?
Around up because it would be 270.
And so is that
80
is that more or less than 50?
more, so it'd round up to 300.
Okay. And let's go to the next one right here.
So that'd be 420. It would round down because it's less than 50. And then the next one would be 460, so it'd round up